Welcome back to episode 3 of the Southerly 420 build series. Here's the Southerly 420. I'm going to show you how far we've got, but before I do that, let's go and have a look in the design office. So during the build of the Southerly 420, we use computer-aided design, or CAD, to help us make drawings, design the boat. Each boat is specific to each owner's requests. So I'm here in the design office. We're looking at starting to mill or CNC cut some of the bulkheads that will be going into the Southerly 420. Here we're looking at the anchor locker. So basically we would take the computer-aided design, bring it into our modeling software, and then create tooling paths which basically allow the machine, the CNC machine, which you've seen in previous episodes, which I'll go a bit further into today, to cut the plywood, to create the bulkheads. We also use it for cutting foam, furniture, things like that, stuff that potentially would take a lot longer by doing it by hand. This allows us to be a lot more precise. It's exactly to the way we've designed it, and it's done a lot quicker, which is great. It's fantastic. So here we are, down by the CNC machine. This is where the magic happens when it comes to cutting bulkheads. We cut all sorts of materials on this machine. Our operator, Sean, he's the guy that runs the machine, and yeah, he's going to give us a bit of a walkthrough of the machine and tell us how it works.
Okay, so what we do is we take the model from what you saw earlier. We then output a code called a PGM code. That is transferred onto the machine. We then load it through the machine, and then we put it on here. Everything then matches the solid that comes from the design. So everything's then checked. We then put it on the machine, and then we push the start button. Okay, so we're running a SCM Roundtech Accord 40, which is a 5-axis machine off a matrix table. It also has pod capability, so we can raise it up if we need to get any side machining done through the 5-axis mode. And yeah, this she's quite a unit, and it keeps us very busy. So going forward, it's I think we're looking at some really good opportunities to do some very nice work. What we have on this one is a T112, that's what we call it. So this is the tool database naming process that we have on our list. So this particular cutter is a what we call a chip breaker. So, and this is a complete, as you can see, as it rotates, it pushes down, so it's good for surface material like veneers, things like that, so it gives a better finish. So this runs at approximately about 20 to 24,000 RPM, depending on the material, at a travel rate of about 7,000 to 10,000 to keep it nice and neat. Otherwise, you generally start to burn the cutters out. So the CNC allows us to cut so much time off production, and with a far better finish, and it cuts so much time for the lads upstairs as well. So yeah, it really is a nice bit of kit. Looking forward to continuing using it.
Wow, thanks Sean, that's very insightful. Now I actually know what you do down here, so yeah, really well done, thank you very much. So now we'll head up onto the boat and yeah, see what the guys are up to up there. Oh, you've just caught me eating my sandwich. While we're on the topic of sandwiches, this is actually the sandwich construction. So I've got a cross section here, and you can see that we have our foam, our fiberglass each side, and also the gel coat finish. So that gives you a good idea of what the hull and the deck will look like once it's completed. As you can see, the boat and the deck have both moved on quite fast since episode 2. You'll see the yellow material on the deck, that's the foam. So that's what we've used on the CNC machine. It's cut the kit, so really it's really straightforward for the team to glue the foam down onto the lamination, and it fits millimeter perfect. A bit like a giant jigsaw puzzle really. If you come with me, we'll go and take a look inside the boat. So here we are again, down inside the bottom of the boat. As you can see, again, there's been quite a substantial amount of progress made. I'm here beside the keel cassette. So this is where the lifting or swing keel is housed when it's in its upright position. Right now we're in the process of starting to mark out where the internal structure goes of the hull. We generally use our general arrangement or the drawing that the guys use, measure off stations that are predetermined inside the boat. It will get glued down and over laminated to form a larger structure. Obviously you can see that our laminate sandwich is coming on. This is now complete. Hopefully they've remembered to put the ham and cheese in. Yeah, but it's looking great. So down here on the deck, we're just in the process of bonding down the core. This is done using a vacuum bag. So the foam is applied using a special structural adhesive. The core is placed onto the laminate, and then a vacuum bag, which is a very, very strong plastic bag, effectively. It's placed over the top, it's sealed, and then all of the air is evacuated to apply maximum pressure that creates a hugely strong structure for the boat. So once all the core is bonded onto the deck, the next step will be to finish the sandwich off, which will then mean laminating the inside skin of the deck. Once that's completed, in around a week's time, we'll be able to start fitting structure. There's not as much that goes into the deck as in the hull. The deck will then be removed from the mold tool. It will be turned over, and then we can start fitting out the deck, ready to be bonded to the hull. But you'll see that in later episodes. Thanks for joining us today. Today we've seen the design process involved in the initiation of the CNC. We've seen the CNC in operation. You've started to meet some of the team members. Sean, who runs the CNC machine. We've gone onto the boat and we've had a look at the deck to check on progress. Next episode we'll be looking at the starting of the fit out of the boat, so structural bulkheads, and you'll get to meet some more of the team. But right now, I've got to get back to work.